Hi, I'm Kate Mooney. I'm a caseworker with Community Mental Health Services here at the Pembroke Regional Hospital, and I wanted to take a few minutes to talk about meditation today. I think the first thing that could be useful to talk about is that there are actually some misconceptions about meditation, and the biggest one generally in my experience has been that people think that in meditation they have to be able to quiet their mind or still their mind and rid themselves of all thought. And that's absolutely not necessary. In fact, a lot of the benefit of meditation comes not from telling yourself how it's supposed to be done, but just exploring the process. So I wanted to talk about that a little bit. Meditation and the process of quieting your mind isn't something most people would be able to do automatically, but the process and engaging in the process itself can have a lot of benefits. The biggest thing is to do it on a regular basis, a little and often, and to consider it a practice, something that will get better in time, and trust that in time it will become more and more beneficial and even more and more pleasant. What meditation is actually more about than anything else is taking an opportunity to train and practice focusing of attention. And I think without even explanation, you can really appreciate how training yourself to focus attention can benefit you in day-to-day life and also during times of stress. We learn through meditation to observe our thoughts and our feelings without judgment and without labeling things as positive and negative or good and bad. So ironically, that thing that we often find ourselves doing, saying, I can't do this, I'm doing it wrong, is kind of contrary to the point. What we can do instead is observe, this is difficult for me, I find it challenging, which is an observation rather than a judgment. There is no right or wrong way to meditate. It's a very deeply personal process, but there are kind of two general types of meditation. There's focused attention. So you may be familiar with seeing people staring at a candle, focusing on their breath, participating in specific types of movement. Of course, most people are familiar with yoga. Many rock climbers consider that a form of meditation as well, walking meditations. Then there's open monitoring meditation, and this is where mindfulness and meditation often become combined or confused. Open monitoring is making ourselves aware to all aspects of our experience, individually, personally, internally, emotionally, as well as all aspects of the environment around us. And that's the mindfulness aspect. There are also many, many styles of meditation, to the point that I won't even try to get into labeling them all, because what matters isn't the style, isn't the approach, it's that it becomes a pleasant experience for you. What I would encourage people to do is to try a variety of styles and consider guided as well as solo, sensory as well as movement, and explore and experience what you find pleasant and what you don't, observing with curiosity without criticism. What's awesome about meditation, and particularly at a time in our lives where there is a lot of stress going on, is that we can appreciate the benefits anywhere, anytime. And there are immediate effects as well as accumulating effects. So immediately, as soon as we engage in the process and experiment with meditation, we find we return to slow body breathing. Slow body breathing triggers the production of serotonin and oxytocin and help to counteract the effects of cortisol, which is produced naturally in the body during times of stress. With regular and practice meditation, we start to experience a soothing and a retraining of the central nervous system, and even changes in the structure of the brain that help us to maintain a sense of calm and a sense of connection to our well-being and our wholeness. Meditation promotes a recovery and a stimulation in the brain, similar to sleep. So given that we often are experiencing stress, and in particular right now, at this time in our life, we have a great deal of stress, we start to experience the effects of cortisol. So disrupted sleep, anxiety, general feelings of agitation. Whether we're sleeping or not, meditation assists in creating a recovery process that helps our coping increase, our anxiety reduce, our sense of wholeness and connection become inflated, and we just in general start to feel more capable of managing the stress that we're under and our day-to-day life, maybe even touching back into a little sense of the greater kind of world that we live in and being able to find our joy and some pleasantry again. So what I'd really like to encourage people to do is consider just playing with very simple short meditations, whether they be things you've seen or things that you can try yourself. And the simplest of all can be taking literally one moment and counting each breath from 10 down to 1, slowing and allowing each exhale to be its own moment, and just counting down and observing what happens within your body as you do that.